The letter says, "Run away now." On the day of my wedding, filled with happiness, I received an anonymous congratulatory telegram. What does this mean? I was confused by the meaning of the message I had received. But then, I realized something hidden in it and fled from the wedding venue in my wedding dress. It was a terrifying plan that threatened my life. Could I possibly stop this dreadful scheme? This is the story of the fear I experienced and the strange fate that unfolded. My name is Emily, a 25-year-old nurse. I recently got engaged to Tom, a doctor of the same age at the same hospital. He is rich because he is a doctor. Plus, he's handsome and popular with women. Moreover, he's friendly and has always been kind to me, a nurse. Tom and I had a lot in common. And we hit it off when he found out we had the same blood type during a health check. Saying, "What a coincidence." I visited his family, who will become my in-laws, and found them all to be kind and wonderful people. And Tom's family, all lawyers or politicians, are quite well known and high income. I was so worried about whether someone like me could fit into this family. But I'm honestly happy that such a popular and kind person chose me. However, my immediate concern was his twin sister. Although they are twins, they don't look much alike but seem very close. Tom's twin sister, Catherine, seemed to be interfering with our marriage. You're Emily, aren't you? Why are you getting close to Tom? For his money? I was confused when Catherine suddenly confronted me when we were alone for the first time. No, that's not it. We just started dating after finding out we had the same blood type during a blood test and hit it off. I'm not interested in how you two met. Wait, could it be that Tom is? Catherine. Catherine, lost in thought, suddenly glared at me with a frightening expression. Just stop planning to marry Tom. Anyone but you. Being so bluntly rejected by my fiancé's sister would shock anyone. I, who wanted to get along with her, was completely disheartened. However, on the way home, when I discussed this with Tom, who was driving me home, he said with a troubled smile, "I'll talk to her. Don't worry about her too much. My sister has been frail and has a bad heart. As her brother, I've indulged her too much. So she's grown up a bit spoiled." I see. Don't mind Catherine's harassment. Let's be happy together, no matter what obstacles we face. I'll convince my sister before the wedding. I was deeply moved by Tom's words. I had never felt so loved by someone before. I even wondered if it was all a dream to be engaged to such a kind and handsome man. That day, he dropped me off in front of my house, and I was happy. As such, the wedding preparations steadily progressed. As the wedding arrangements moved forward, Catherine's interference intensified. She even followed me to my wedding dress fitting and tried to get between us. She would forcibly sit between us even when we were on the sofa. And it was overwhelming when she would cling to Tom's arm and walk around. Moreover, since the twins didn't look alike, it was mistaken by the wedding staff that Tom and Catherine were the bride and groom. And I was just accompanying them. Hey, Catherine. You don't need to cling to Emily during her dress fitting. Back off. No way. I won't hand over Tom. Hearing this, I couldn't help but give a wry smile. The bond between twins might be stronger than that of regular siblings. But this would be troublesome even after marriage. Catherine glared at me with a sullen look. Then, after the fitting, I decided to invite her to dinner to improve our relationship. Catherine. We're going for dinner now. Would you like to join us? Stop it already. Don't follow us around. When I approached Catherine, she suddenly started shouting loudly. Tom, myself, and the people around us were taken aback. Catherine, disregarding everything, shouted out loud. Someone call the police. This woman keeps stalking our couple, she's weird. Hey, what are you doing all of a sudden? Tom, let's run away quickly. Help. This strange woman is following us. What? The area near the station was crowded, and people were looking at us, whispering, and even pointing their smartphones at us. Soon, a police officer arrived and was about to take me away, but Tom hurriedly stopped him. I'm sorry. It's just a prank by my sister. Hey, Catherine. What are you doing? Watch your attitude. I don't know anything. Despite Tom warned Catherine, she pretended she had done nothing wrong. I was astonished at her behavior. It's hard to believe she's 25 and still acts so childishly. Catherine. It's okay, with me. But please stop troubling Tom. When I said that, Catherine strangely looked at me with hurt, wistful eyes. Why? Why does she look so sad? I was filled with questions. But Catherine didn't give me any time to ponder. I'd rather not have dinner with you. If you don't want any more trouble, stay away from Tom. She said this and ran off. Catherine. She's really troublesome. Sorry, can you go ahead? I'm worried about Catherine, so I'll put her in a taxi and send her home. It would be bad if she has a heart attack. I walked to the restaurant alone, head down, deep in thought. I couldn't understand why Catherine disliked me so much. The only thing I could think of that might have upset her was my engagement to her twin brother, Tom. But it seemed different from just sibling love or jealousy. However, I couldn't think of any solution, and just hoped that Tom would convince her before the wedding. I decided to try not to mind his sister's mean behavior, as my fiancé had advised. And so, the wedding day arrived. In the waiting room of the wedding venue, I was enveloped in happiness, receiving telegrams from loved ones. Telegrams from friends and bosses who truly celebrated our marriage. But one telegram made me freeze in shock. It was anonymous, with just one message: run away now. What is this? Looking closely, I noticed something else written there. Could it be? From this telegram, I learned of a terrifying plan hidden behind the wedding. I immediately fled the venue, still in my wedding dress. Huff, puff. Holding up the hem of my wedding dress, I snuck out of the venue, hiding from others, and headed to the designated place behind the building. There, someone was waiting for me. Emily, over here. Change quickly, then we'll go to the taxi stand. Hurry. Catherine, wait. Was that telegram really from you? In the corner of the mysterious telegram was a phone number. Curious about the message, I took a chance and called from my cell phone, and it was Catherine. She then revealed a shocking truth. Tom is after your life. Her words took my breath away. But honestly, I can't believe it. Is this not just another one of your cruel pranks? I'm sorry for everything I've done till now. I've been awful to you, Emily. But all of it was to separate you and Tom. I tried to stop you from marrying him so many times, seriously. Catherine looked at me with a pained expression. I was still somewhat skeptical, but I decided to trust her. Emily. Where are you? Suddenly, a voice echoed, and I turned to see Tom in a pristine white tuxedo. He seemed to have run after us, sweating and breathing heavily. Emily, Catherine, what are you doing here? Let's hurry back to the venue. The ceremony is about to start. Tom. You noticed us sooner than I thought. I know what you're up to. We're twins, after all. No need for such silly pranks. Tom held the very telegram Catherine had sent in his hand. Sorry, Emily. My sister is causing pointless trouble again. Don't worry about her, okay? Let's go back. I brushed away the hand Tom extended to me. I'm sorry, Tom. I can't believe that Catherine is lying. Besides, she told me the true purpose of this marriage. There was a momentary flicker of surprise in his eyes at my rejection. But he quickly composed himself and even managed a smile. You make it sound like I'm plotting something. It's shocking to be doubted by my fiancé. Tom, do you remember how we met? We bonded over having the same blood type, right? In reality, my blood type is 1 in a million, so rare that I'm often requested to donate by blood centers. If Tom has the same blood type as me, it means Catherine, being his twin, also shares it. The terrifying plan he had in mind was to target my life. Tom, you wanted to transplant my heart into Catherine, didn't you? In the US, heart transplants are scarce due to a lack of donors. And finding a match with our rare blood type is almost impossible. And then I appeared, right? Catherine told you all that? She talks too much. Tom's voice became cold and hard as he heard my deduction. Yes, that's right. When I learned about your blood type at the hospital, I thought it was fate. I thought I could save my sister. Catherine. Didn't you care about my will at all? You hid this all while dating and even proposing to me. Being family would raise the priority for the transplant. Would you have willingly given your heart if I had been upfront? Of course not. I need your heart for my only sister. Give it to me. Tom, with bloodshot eyes, shouted and advanced towards me, but Catherine stepped in front of me. Emily, there's a police station ahead. I'll buy you some time, run. Why do you always interfere, Catherine? After all the trouble of finding a compatible heart. Tom struggled to free himself from Catherine's embrace, seemingly careful not to trigger a heart attack in his sister. This is all for you. Then why don't you donate your own heart, Tom? We have the same blood type. Don't state the obvious. If I donate my heart, I'll die. But I don't want a future where I live at the expense of someone else's life. As I heard Catherine's cry behind me, I ran frantically to the police station. Please help me. The police officers were surprised to see a bride in a wedding dress rush into the station. Then Tom, having shaken off Catherine, burst in, grabbed my arm, and tried to drag me out. Sorry. My fiancé is playing a prank. That trick won't work this time. I quickly took out my smartphone and played a recording I had secretly made earlier at full volume. I need your heart for my only sister. Give it to me. Tom's recorded voice echoed in the police station lobby. His face paled as the officers started murmuring and changing their expressions. You're a doctor, right? You should have known the proper procedures to follow. I became a doctor to find a donor for Catherine. As long as my sister is saved, I don't care about anyone else. He began to cry and struggle as the police officers surrounded and restrained him. No. Let me go. He resisted until the end as he was dragged away. Thus, my fiancé was arrested. His parents, having learned everything, agreed to pay all the wedding expenses. Thankfully, we hadn't submitted the marriage registration, so there was no legal complication. Later, I broke up with Tom, but Catherine and I became friends. Catherine, thank you so much. No matter how much I thank you, it won't be enough. But why did you help me? You really don't remember me, huh? Well, you've helped so many people as a nurse, so it's no surprise you don't remember. According to her, I had helped her during a heart attack on a train platform back when I was a nursing student. I had administered first aid and called an ambulance. Then left quickly to catch my train, completely forgetting the incident. I'm the one who should be saying thank you. Thank you for saving me back then. I was shocked when Tom brought you home, as I had always wanted to thank you. I'm sorry, I honestly still can't remember. It's fine. Whether you remember or not doesn't matter to me. You saved me once, so it was my turn to save you. Besides, I never wanted to sacrifice someone else for my own sake. Catherine's tone was calm, but her smile was gentle, revealing her true kindness. I finally understood her true nature.